it literally is showing every pore in my face. Like what? This is not life. Like, can you? Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Marshawn Wise, and today I just have a video for you guys because I have been watching TikTok like crazy and they made me cut the end of my eyebrows off. So I really hope this is gonna come out good. So first I'm gonna prime my skin with the e.l.f. Poreless primer. Everyone has been raving about this on TikTok. Like, oh my gosh, you have to get it. They said it's like a dupe to the silk canvas. So I'm gonna buy it, and I think this is like $10 compared to the silk canvas. The silk canvas is like $50 and I still have it. I just stopped using it. So I'm gonna go in with my primer. Then prime my face. Compared to the silk canvas, this is very much like, it really glides on like a lotion. So that's a good thing. I hopefully it wears like the silk canvas, because the silk canvas is freaking amazing. Next, I am going to use my Versace Skin to Blur. This is like Facetune in a bottle. Patting that into my skin. I am going to go into my Juvia's Place foundation. This foundation is so full coverage, sis. Any sins that you might have, it is very full coverage. Like, look at that. Like, what? I haven't used this foundation in so freaking long. And today I was like, oh, I'm going to try my Juvia's Place foundation. Like, look at that. That is like amazing. Like, literally, seriously. And it's so thick, it don't even move. Like, it does not budge. And this is my Real Techniques buffing brush, and it's like the perfect match for me. I really use less product on my forehead because by my hair being platinum white, blonde, and everything, I don't want so much product to get in my hair. That's why I keep a rag on my head when I'm doing my makeup, especially my foundation. Like, look at this coverage, y'all. Like, y'all literally just seen the way it just covered every freaking thing up. Like, do you guys see the coverage? Like, what? Like, oh, this is bomb. So for concealer, you guys know that I love the Pat McGrath concealers. I am gonna go in MD28, and this is a more orange based concealer, and what it is doing is canceling out any darkness that I might have. Even though this foundation is very full coverage, I still want an extra security blanket. I'm basically putting that everywhere that I will highlight, but really in areas where I just need extra coverage. And I am going to let that dry down. Everyone knows that I love for my concealer to dry down because it doesn't really move. It just gives a more elevated coverage when you let it sit down. So next I'm going to take my Juvia's Place stick in Katsina. You guys know this is my jam, and contour my cheeks. So I'm going to take my number 37 brush by NYX and blend this out. Like, look how that is just gliding on my skin. Like, what? Like, I forgot how full coverage this foundation was. Like, okay, so now that I have been letting my concealer sit, I am gonna take my beauty blender and blend this out. My beauty blender is damp. For my next concealer, I'm going to go in MD23 by Pat McGrath. Putting this everywhere that I will highlight my face. Okay, now that I have let that concealer sit, I want to blend it out with the same beauty blender. You see how that concealer just doesn't move? Now that I have my second concealer on, I'm going to go into my third concealer, and this is M15, and this is the lightest of them all just because I love a bright under eye. Okay, so I'm gonna take that beauty blender and blend this out. I've been letting it dry for a minute. Like, you can see the difference that it makes. It just gives me an elevated under eye. That is what I like on my skin. I'm always going over my lids because my lids are kind of dark. So I'm just always going over my lid. Just making sure all of that is blended. And I'm going to take whatever that I have on the sponge and just go underneath it. And just on top, just creating a seamless blend. For setting powder, I am going to take my Honey Setting Powder by Fenty Beauty and set underneath my eyes. Literally packing this setting powder on like that is like. I'm gonna switch to my setting brush by Real Techniques because my sponges are like too damp for this setting powder, and it's just like literally giving me dry patches, and I do not like that. Like, oh my god, I hate it. So I'm gonna just take this. I'm gonna just let that sit for a minute. It's probably a really bad idea to let that sit, but that sponge was so freaking wet, it just gave me patches. I'm literally just gonna take a brush and just try to wipe this off. Like, you see by that brush, that beauty blender being damp, like look what it did. Oh my god, it just fucked my whole under eyes up. Like, what the I'm gonna take some all-nighter to see if I can fix this really quick and spray my face. I just created a disaster. Should have listened to my first mind because I never use damp beauty blenders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath setting powder in light medium 3. Taking a different beauty blender. This one is dry, and I'm gonna go right on top of that. I literally just fucked up, and I had like the perfect base. Like, I am just gonna let that sit there for a second, and hopefully it just absorbs all of the wetness that I have right there. I don't even bake, but today we just gonna let it ride today, okay? We just gonna let it ride. I mean, what else could go wrong? So I'm gonna take Mocha Mami, and usually I will go in with Cocoa Naughty, but I just want a more bronze look. But I'm going very lightly with this, like very lightly. Everywhere that I contour, just very lightly tapping that, like very lightly. I mean, very lightly. It looks pretty decent in front of me, but I'm gonna go right underneath here just to sharpen my cheeks just a tad bit. Y'all, like, look at this. Like, I don't know if y'all can see it, but like all of this is just like patchiness. This has never happened to me before. My makeup never looked like this. Like, can y'all see that? Like, can y'all see those? I am about to do my brows and put on my lashes, and then I'm gonna come back on camera. Hopefully I don't know, just bear with me, guys, bear with me. Like, look at this. Like, look at this. I just want to throw in a towel. Like, I'm not lying. Look at this. This is a bad makeup day. It literally is showing every pore in my face. Like what? This is not life. Like, can you? Oh my God. Okay guys, so I just finished everything off camera because I have been doing my makeup for literally 10 plus years, like 10 plus years, the same exact routine, everything the same. This is the first day in a very long time, I'm not lying, that my freaking makeup looked, it just looked horrible. Like, this is not for me. I don't know if I got the wrong one color, the wrong Walmart. I'm looking in the mirror, like, I'm dead ass looking in the mirror right now, like looking in the mirror. And I listen to TikTok, I do, because some of their stuff are really freaking bomb. But look at my freaking face. Like, let me zoom y'all guys in. Let me make sure. Like, do you guys see the way my under eye is? Like, this is supposed to be Poreless Putty Primer. That is, y'all, like, I am shook. I am going to make a TikTok and tell the, I'm so hurt because I wanted it to work so freaking bad. Like a 50-year-old woman that had a rough life. If you tried this primer, please, maybe I'm doing something wrong, I don't know. Leave it down below. Sis, I gotta go take this off my face.